Hi there, happy Saturday. Well, it's not a happy Saturday actually because it's absolutely awful outside. Really, really bad. We've got torrential rain, high winds. In fact, we lost a fence panel yesterday. Well, it was late last night, yesterday morning we lost a fence panel. So we had to get a fence panel. Otherwise the dogs would have been in Fleetwood or in Cleveland, you know, one other way. I'm sorry if the light's a bit weird. I'm trying not to put the big light on. I've got little lights, but I can only put one because I haven't got a plug for the second one. So I'm supposed to be side lit from both sides, but it hasn't quite worked. So now I'm staring. It's like, you know, where were you on the night of the 12th? I'm like staring into this bright light here, which isn't ideal. But I'm trying to experiment because it's not daylight. It's awful outside, and here I am. Anyway, what have I got to tell you? Well, apart from the weather, you know, I haven't been doing anything, as you know. I suffer badly with SAD, S-A-D, seasonal whatever it is. I've had it for years, but this year, for some reason or other, it seems to be worse than usual. Normally, when I lived in Prestwich, I had a light that used to come on and used to go brighter and brighter and wake me up in the morning. But here, I've got no plugs anywhere near my bedroom, and there's no room. My bedside table's about yay big, so there's no room for it on there, because I've got my CPAP machine. So I haven't quite sorted out what I can do, but I really do need to have this light. It's supposed to give you serotonin to the brain or something like that, which, believe me, my brain does need wakening up. Yeah. Well, I had a bit of a upset yesterday. I went to the chemist to get my injections. I'm not insulin dependent, but I do have an injection once a week for my diabetes. So I sat there, and it was crowded, and I sat for 3/4 of an hour watching everybody else get served in front of me. Eventually I went up and I said, can you tell me, you know, when I'm going to be called for my prescription? Oh, you're coming up next. Sits back down again. 10 minutes later, he comes out and said, oh, we're very sorry, we don't have your injections in stock. It's going to be Monday. Well, I'm supposed to inject myself Sunday. Anyway, I said, well, give me the prescription and I'll try somewhere else. But at the moment, I haven't been able to try anybody's had it. So, looks like I'm going to be, I don't know, without my injection. So we'll see how it goes, yeah. I have been doing a little bit of crochet. I found a pattern, which you're not going to be able to see very well because my printer's not working too great, so the colours are rubbish. It's called Nana's Crochet Creations. You had to buy the hat pattern separately. It's not supposed to be done in greens and blues. It's supposed to be done in reds and golds, but for some reason or other, the colour ink says it's working, but obviously it isn't, because there's no red and gold on there, is there? Anyway, I did make it in some oddments I've got. So I made it, if you can see it. Oh, it's looking very washed out. I don't think this lighting is the best, is it? Let's point it upwards a bit. It's, oh, that's even worse. I was trying not to put the big light on because it washes everything out. It's not showing at all, is it? I'll put a picture of it. It's looking very washed out. It's not that washed out. It's a little sort of boho. It wants blocking, actually. It wants blocking out properly. But it's a little boho-y style of thing, which is, you know, completely me to sort of revive my interest in crochet, because, you know me, I'm not a dull, boring crocheter or crocheter, whatever you want to call it. Oh, and I've forgotten to put my timer on, so that's a good start, isn't it? How long have I been chatting? Probably about too long. But let's have a look. Let's see what we can do with the timer. How about we do it for 25 minutes? Because maybe I've been talking for 1/4 of an hour. So you never know. It'll probably boot me off. Anyway, I started another one in different colours. Oh, it's not showing at all, is it? It's not showing at all. No. It looks like I'm going to have to put the big light on, which I didn't want to do. So if you just excuse me for one moment, I shall go past the sleeping doggies and go and put the big light on. Oh dear. I didn't want to have to put this light on. But obviously my attempt at doing something else didn't work, did it? So there we go. Right, I shall show you the pattern. Hello again. Show you the jumper again. Maybe it'll look better this time. Oh, a little bit better. It needs blocking, that's all I can say. It needs blocking. Oh, still not showing up too well. I will put a picture of it anyway. It's called Nana's Crochet Creations. It is a paid for pattern, and you have to buy the hat pattern separately. I haven't done the hat. I was just making it with the colours I had in here because it's been that vile. I didn't want to go out to the shed because it's been absolutely, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I started it again in different colours. This time it's in darker colours. This is the centre of it. Oh, he's just not showing well at all, is it? You'll have to wait for the photos. That's all I can say. You'll have to wait for the photos. Right. I have bought a load more patterns because there's somebody on Etsy that's been selling the patterns really, really cheap. And they're not photostated copies. They are her designs. She's called MyLittleRainbowShop. It's all one word, but it's got capitals in it. M-Y. I'll put it underneath in the link anyway. And she's got some fantastic patterns. You can see one behind me if you can on the screen. And they're really modern, and I thought, well, that's just what might get me going again. I know in the past I haven't done very well selling baby things, but I thought, well, I'll try again, and I'll try with more modern designs, you know. See whether that'll inspire anybody to buy them, yeah. I have put my name down, well, me and my friend have put our names down for another craft fair on March the 18th. It is the craft fair at the Fleetwood Methodist, which we've done very well. Not very well, but we've done quite well at before. The other ones we've done, quite frankly, been sort of a bit of a waste of time because I don't think they've advertised them or whatever. So I'm just going to stick to doing the ones at the Fleetwood Methodist because Jess does advertise them very well, that runs them, yeah. So, yeah, so that's what... Oh, you can't see it, can you? I wish you could see it, but you can't. It does look modern anyway. Oh, I hope it does look modern. One never knows with modern mothers today. They dress little girls up looking like little boys, don't they? You know, whatever. I have got one new thing though, and it's new to me. It's not new. Is my daughter-in-law gave me a tablet. Yay! So, you know, it's telling me all these updates now. I shall shut it again. It's not new, but it's new to me. I don't mind, I don't care. I'm second-hand Rose, always have been, always will be. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm just using up that big bag of... Oh, it's a dog moving about. The big bag of wool. I've got more in the shed. Do you remember when I was going to make the 2 throws? Well, the 1 throw wasn't really used, so I thought I'm not making the second one. So I've got quite a lot of pastel colours in the shed, but I thought I may as well try to use up for some baby items. If they don't sell, I haven't really spent any new money, if you're with me, because it's all what I've already spent and bought in the first place, yeah? So I've got quite a few colours, you know, that I'm using. The only thing I would say about this is it's on a slightly big hook. It's on a 6, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's on a 650. I put it on a 6mm. But I still think it's a bit oldie for me, a bit open work. But now I've made, well, 2 I'll have made. Now I've got the gist. I can do my own thing, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm like. I did have to alter this pattern actually because I didn't understand what she was talking about in certain places. So I thought, I think I know what she means, so I just did it myself. So I wouldn't recommend it as a wonderful, wonderful pattern. But still, one never knows, yeah. But at least it's got me crocheting again. Oh, hello. Somebody on the internet this time. It's not got me back on my knitting, and my knitting hasn't grown. It's still only about yay big. And my crochet that I was doing with the hexagon jacket's not grown, you know, that's not grown either. So I don't know why, it just grabbed me attention, this little boho and these cardigans on Etsy just grabbed me attention, and I thought, do what you want to do. If they don't sell, they don't sell. But at least I'm occupying myself, because I go spare when I've not got my crocheting. It really affects me brain-wise, you know. I just sit here and go, oh, and suffering with the SAD as I do, you know, it wasn't helping. The weather outside is dire. Not been able to go anywhere because I haven't got my scooter with the top on yet. That might be the first week of February, so I've got another 2 weeks to go, like, with that. So I need to, you know, jolly myself up a bit, really. You know, I can't just sit here like a lump doing nothing. I get more depressed when I'm not actually crocheting. I don't know whether you are if you're not crafting. I'm not one that can sit and just look at the telly, you know. I'm not one like that. I have to be watching something interesting, which has not been a lot on the TV recently that's been interesting. Although I've been watching Madame Blanc and I've been watching Death in Paradise, they're quite interesting. And I have actually watched Susan Calman on her cruises. But I'm a bit more disappointed with the Jane McDonald because she's in one place now. And if it's not a place you want to see, it's, you know, she did Las Vegas last week, which I didn't like at all. But this week she was doing Mexico. I prefer it when she's cruising, to be quite honest. So we'll see what happens. I'm in charge of the doggies today. They're both fast asleep at the moment. Which is a change because our Rose is hyperactive, as I think I told you before. She went to see a dog behaviour specialist because of the way she is. And they said she's just got too much energy. She's just got pent up energy. She's got to run instead of walk. She's got to be running everywhere, which is a bit awkward because my son's got dodgy knees. And my daughter-in-law's had 2 replacement knees. And as you know, I can't run her anywhere. So it's a work in progress, yeah. I'm still waiting for buttons for my cardigan, my chunky cardigan. Yeah, still waiting for buttons for this. I have ordered them, they should be coming this week. So maybe by next time you see a video from me, well, I've actually stitched the buttons on it. And you never know, I might have made some more baby cardigans, you never know while I'm in the mood, yeah. I never got to knit club because I got up on the Wednesday and it was absolute, torrential rain, and I thought, no, there is no way I'm going down to Cleveland's on my scooter, getting soaked through. On the Thursday I went up to meet a friend at the cafe, which was very okay. It wasn't good weather when I was going up there, but it was fine, but a bit breezy. Coming back, oh my goodness me. I had my woolly hat on that came down here with the bit that comes over my nose. I had to put sunglasses on, would you believe, even though it was throwing it down and it was blowing a gale, because the rain was like sleet and it was like ice hitting my eyeballs. I couldn't see. It was stinging my eyeballs. It was really that bad. So I had to put sunglasses on, so I thought, I bet they thought I was a real plonker going down the sea from hat down here, nose piece up there, and the only bit that was showing was the eyes, and they had dark glasses on. And there I am going up the seafront, torrential rain, sea foam and everything blowing off the sea. I came in and I was, when I came in, and my son had actually lit the fire. Thank goodness he'd lit the fire. And he said to me, I bet you're a bit cold, aren't you? I went, boo, talk to me when I thaw out. I was so cold. And all the bottoms of my trousers was wet through, my jacket was wet. Oh, I had my rain cape on, but it's not very substantial. So roll on when I get this scooter with a top on. At least it'll stop it blowing in my face, won't it, if it doesn't stop it anywhere else. May not stop me getting wet through, but it'll stop it lashing in my face, which is the worst bit of all. You know. Oh, dearie me. Why did I move to the coast? Why did I think it was a good idea? I tell you, if I win that lottery tonight, I'll be off. Somewhere warm and sunny. I shall be gone, gone, gone. I don't think I've much else that's been going on in my life, really, because it's been a very boring week this week. I went to the shed for about 5 minutes the other day, I think I told you, just to get me some wool and knitting needles, and it was so cold out there that I couldn't stay. Couldn't stay, not for a minute I couldn't stay. By the time I would have plugged the heater in, you see, by the time it would have warmed up, I would have been out of the shed, wouldn't I? So there was no point to that. What I need to do is go out about a half hour before, plug the heater in, and then come back and then go out again later, you know. But I don't think about that because I'm not that bright, yeah. That kind of thing doesn't enter my hemisphere, you know, it just doesn't. So I just wish the weather would improve, and I don't think it's set to improve. We've had this wonderful thing about we're going to get snow. Hopefully we don't get snow here in Fleetwood because we're so close to the sea, but some parts are going to get snow apparently. And then there's been some glitch on the Royal Mail again, which means I can't send things abroad. I'm waiting to send a cardigan or a jacket over to Canada. But the Russian cyber people apparently have attacked the Royal Mail system. Anyway, I asked at the post office and he said, you probably could post it, but it might have a delay on it. So I thought, well, I may wait till the end of next week and see whether they've sorted out the glitch, you know, rather than send me parcel and have it stuck in some depot, you know, forever and a day, yeah. I mean, it'll get there eventually, I presume, but, you know, I'd rather just wait until the glitch is over and then send it then. So we shall have to wait and see, yeah. But now I've got my no, it's not a laptop. It looks like a laptop because it opens up, but it's actually a tablet, I think. I might be able to do some, you know, different videos in different places. Although not in the cafe, because the cafe up at Fleetwood has got zilch Wi-Fi. Zilch. You can't even get a phone call there. It's absolute rubbish. So we are thinking of trying to find a different cafe, but the problem is some of the different cafes have got the plastic seating, which, you know, doesn't do my back any good. Now this cafe's got lovely sofas and it's really, really comfy. But their menu is so limited. All they do is toasty sandwiches and they don't vary them. There's only about 3 that I like, so it's like every week, oh, which one shall I have, you know. And I said to her the other week, don't you ever vary a menu, you know. A baked potato with filling or something like that would be different, wouldn't it? Or even ordinary sandwiches that aren't toasted. She said, no, he doesn't vary his menu. And I thought, well, he should. He should, because people will be getting a bit sick of the same things over and over again. Because I see the same people coming in each week. Seems to be like a regular meeting place, because it's comfy. It is comfy. And it's right next to the swimming baths, you know. So, I mean, people coming from the baths, the gymnasium or whatever. People coming from there. And it is a lovely, cosy place, but as I say, I wish he'd vary his menu a bit. Yeah. Having said that, I'm on my own tonight. I've got the doggies. Family's gone out for the evening. Well, they're out until tomorrow morning. Because if my son has a drink, he will not drink and drive. He's very adamant about that. So they're staying overnight and coming back tomorrow. And that's one thing I will say about him. He has never, ever drunk and drove, yeah. Drunk and driven, yeah. Neither have I, for that matter. I used to always be the chauffeur when I drove because I would never drink when I went out. You know, when I was with my ex, it was always me that drove home. He would drive down because he was sober then. Not that he was a drunk, don't get me wrong, that wasn't one of his vices. But if he'd had a couple of drinks, he wouldn't drive home, it was always me. But I've never been one that's bothered much for alcohol, really. I did at one stage, when my marriage was breaking up. I did turn to alcohol for a while to drown my sorrows, or whatever you want to call it. But ever since then, really, I'm not teetotal, not by any stretch of the imagination, I'm not teetotal. But I will have a drink. And I've got my dandelion and burdock for my life tonight, yes. I've got my dandelion and burdock. I noticed he bought me a couple. I only have one though, only have one. It has got a titchy bit of alcohol in it, but it is only a titchy bit, it's not a big bit, yeah. So, I still haven't been drinking the drinks in the cabinet behind me. I did have one drink the other night actually, but I thought it was bitter lemon I was putting in my gin, but it was some lemon drink and it was, it was so tarty. Oh, I thought my throat was cut. Oh dear, it was awful. So I won't be drinking that, yeah. I'm going to light my fire before I do my live tonight. The doggies are still fast asleep, I don't know why. I think they went to walk early on before it was raining. Or it might have been raining a bit. Yeah, because they went down to Cleveland's and got some food and they tried to get me prescription at Boots the chemist in Cleveland's, but I couldn't get it. I've had this problem before. They upped the dosage of my injections. I only have one a week. Up my dosage and nobody stocks them. But I don't feel like going back to that chemist again. The one that's useless, where you wait forever in the queue. I'm not used to this. I'm used to press switch, going in the pharmacy with prescription being there in a little bag, me saying my name and they're saying, here you go, there you go. And it's ready for you. None of this faffing about like they do here. Never known a chemist like it. And while I was in the queue, they were saying to people, oh, we owe you this, we owe you that, we haven't got all what you need for your prescription. And I'm thinking, they got any stock in the bag there? What did they stock? You know, they got any drugs in the bag? We owe you this, can you come back Monday? We owe you that, can you come back Monday? And then there was there's a bit of a queue, can you come back, as long as you come back before 6 because we close. And like they don't open Saturday and they don't open Sunday, so they've got a Bobby's job really, haven't they? Yeah, don't ask me where that comes from, a Bobby's job, I don't know. Because the Bobbies are working hard, aren't they, the policemen? But it used to be a thing, oh, you've got a Bobby's job. In other words, you had an easy job. Yeah. Not that police work was ever easy. Yeah, it used to be called Bobbies on the beat, yeah. Policemen. They used to be called peelers in the olden days, didn't they? Because they were Robert Peel who founded them or something, the peelers they used to be. But when they went to Bobbies, I don't know. But it was always a Bobby when I was a kid. You don't behave yourself, I'll tell the Bobbies over you. That's when neighbours would see us doing something wrong. Tell your mum. Or if they didn't tell my mum, they'd tell the Bobbies over me. Never really scared me that, because I was never afraid of the police. I never have been really, you know. They've always been alright with me, you know, always been alright with them. You know. I think as long as you stay on the right side of the law, you don't have anything to fear, do you know. I suppose you get bullies and long walks of life, but fortunately I've never come across one. Although I did come across one that was a bit jobs-worthy once, yeah. He told me to get out of the car when it was raining, and I'm going, hey, can I get my brolly? And he goes, no, get out of the car. So he wasn't my favourite policeman, but apart from that, everything's been fine. Well, I've been talking to my cousin today on the phone. I sent a load of photos. I think I told you I was going through all these old photos. So I've reunited a few people with photos. Anyway, he got his big bunch of them he got this morning, and he goes, I don't even remember these being taken. And I'm going, ha, there you go, you see. This is what happens when you get photos taken of you when you're in your teenage. And he's 88 now. Some of the photos were like of him as a teenager. So he probably forgotten all about those. I've got to do the other side of the family yet, but I've got that thrill to come yet. My son said the other day, what's all these baskets still here? Do you want me to put them back in the crawl space? And I went, no, I'm still going through them. Been like memory lane though, but sadly a couple of them, like I can't find their addresses, or the address I have for one of my cousins was 1997, and when I looked online at Google and that, she sold the house in 1999, so obviously she's not at that address anymore. And then another of my friends, she was my bridesmaid, I've lost her address. I know she lives in Anglesey. Anglesy's a big place. I've got her addresses when she lived in Nottingham, but I haven't got her address for Anglesey, and I'm so cross about that. I would have loved to have stayed in touch with her. I've looked on Facebook, but of course there's like, so many people with the same name as her, and some of them don't have profile pictures, so, and in any case she's my age, so I'd be guessing at, what does she look like now? It was the same with my cousins. I was trying to look on Facebook at people, again, with my cousin's name, and again there was about 200 that had the same name as my cousins. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't know what they look like now, I last saw them as 20-year-olds or something like that. Some of them are older than me. And you're thinking they probably have no hair, the males have no hair by now or something. They could be fat, they could be thin. I wouldn't know if it was them. There goes my phone, it's first time, isn't it? Anyway, I'd probably better go because I've not much else to say to you except I'm probably boring you to death. I do need to go in the shed and sort it out. It is tidy. It's not messy, but it's not tidy like I want it to be tidy, as in organised, yeah? There's no wool on the floor or anything like that. Everything's on shelves, but it's not what I call organised. It's not in logical places, yeah? I've not got all my double knit in one place, all my 4-ply in another place, all my chunky in another place. It's sort of a bit scattered, yeah? So I'd like to have it more, so when I go in, I know exactly where I'm going, if you know what I'm saying. I know what I've got. I mean, in my brain, I know what I've got, yeah? But it's like, now where did I put it last? Is it there? Is it there? Is it over here? Yeah. That's what I need to organise, yeah. Plus I need to organise the patterns. A lot of them are still in a great big tub, those great big tub things, tote things, whatever you call them, with a lid. So I've got knitting, crocheting all mixed in. I've got ladies mixed in with babies. Hats mixed in with handbags. I've got all that sort of stuff mixed up together. So I need to sort that out, but to be quite honest, I've not had the incentive. As I said before, I wouldn't say I've been depressed. I haven't been depressed. I've just been out of sorts, if you know what that means. Just not being myself. Just not had the incentive to kind of do anything. I just sit here and think, I'm going to do that in a minute. And then the minute goes past, and then the hour goes past, and then the day goes past. And I still haven't done it. Do you ever get those kind of moods? Where your brain's thinking, yeah, I'm going to go and do that in a minute. But then your body goes, don't think so, Janet, don't think so, stay where you are. And then I get cross when the end of the day, say it's about 10 o'clock, and I think, I've done nothing all day. I've really done nothing all day. I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to get up early in the morning, and I'm going to do it. And then I get up in the morning, and I look out, and it's raining, and it's bad. And I think, no, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go now, because it's beeping, and it's telling me it's time to go. So I'll speak to you later. Bye now.